that's what makes a vocal actually really good. For the past day and a half I was helping my girlfriend Jenny build her second studio, and now I'm back here. I'm pretty tired because after yesterday's session I kept on working until late nights, and then I had to wake up early to go to renovate. So I've been getting 5 or 6 hours of sleep, which, I mean, you can sustain it, but then when you work 15-16 hours and you sleep 6 hours, then it starts to drag you down pretty quickly, and I've been doing that for a few days. So today it's definitely hitting me in the balls, but that's okay. I'm still feeling pretty motivated overall. I guess it's the sunlight, and I'm just happy to finally get back to in the studio. And I don't have, for the rest of the summer, nothing crazy planned. Every weekend I have some kind of a gig, but that's just one day, and everything else is just focusing on planning the big event, future events, and here in the studio making music, doing what I love. So right now, every time I start to record vocals, I get super uncomfortable. And even right now when I'm recording these vocals, I start to feel like, it's good enough, or you can do something else, you can do it later. But when I took this task, I consciously thought about what is the hardest thing I can do as a producer that, if I could master, could make the biggest impact for myself as an artist, and how I can touch the most souls. And that's by singing, right? It's super hard. It makes me so uncomfortable, but you know, at these moments when something makes you super uncomfortable, in a not uncomfortable way, but it's just, there's so much fear and tension, and you know it's gonna be hard. That's the mark that you know you have to do that. There is a way to find that light from darkness. So, I just want to give you a reference on how many takes it actually takes to get anything done. For me, it actually. So, this is my second try of these vocals, and now I'm slowly starting to get it. And this is try number 32. And it can, worst case scenario, it's gone up to 200 for me, and I think probably for this project it's gonna take at least 50 to 100 tries more, because now I've kind of started to feel the vocals, memorize them, which is a big part, because when if you're watching the vocals on the screen while you're singing, you're not fully immersed in them and you don't feel them as much. So it's really important that you don't have to be looking at a screen. You can keep your eyes closed or opened, but when you're singing you can feel your whole body, so you mean what you sing, because that is what people feel, and that's what makes a vocal actually really good. So, here is the end result. There is a way to find the light from darkness. I know it's possible. There is a place far from home. I show the way. I show the way. So I think if I get the effects right and I get all of the mistakes out from that, because there's definitely some timing errors and some pitching errors, then actually this could sound really dope. But the truth will always set on the next day. So when I listen back to it tomorrow, I will actually know if it's good or not. That's how it usually works in music production. Money, and you know, just and caring about much other things you can give to people than just money. For now, I finished up working, just rendering a track. We're gonna go to sauna, finish up a movie, and finally I'm gonna get more sleep than 5 hours. Saattaa olla, että jos se supi on paljon parempi, niin sit mä laittaisin se alakertaan.
Joo.
Koska sit se ei häiritse niin paljon sitä, koska yläkerran tunnit tulee häiritse. Alright, so I'm starting a new track today. I already have the foundation, the kick and bass, which in techno it's pretty much the foundation. I already have it started, so this is how it sounds. I'm gonna try and mess around with the bass a little bit to kind of see if I can get a different result. I'm pretty happy with the current one, but I would like to just fine-tune it just slightly. So let's see if I can do anything. So I ended up changing it quite a bit, but I think I got a pretty cool idea. This loop, I found this online. So for the past 2 hours I've been just dying inside. I'm not getting forward in this project. I feel a little bit tired from the gym session, but that's just an excuse. But anyways, yeah, I don't have motivation, but I'm trying to push myself forward. That's the only thing I can do. I try to have some breaks, doesn't help. But you know, at these moments it feels like everything is going against you, even though nothing is. It's all in your head, right? And while I'm talking this, I realize this myself. So the only logical thing in this situation when you're feeling sorry for yourself is either you quit doing that thing for that time or you keep trying. In my case, I definitely have not tried hard enough to quit. So I decided to go home. Wasn't the greatest day, honestly. I feel a bit shitty. I was struggling in the studio, as you maybe saw already. I had a good start, but then it kind of fell off pretty quickly. I started overthinking everything and I got stuck. And then on top of that, when I was struggling with in the studio, I got hit with an unexpected issue from my event organizing side of business. And these kinds of situations I absolutely hate more than anything. I'll explain what happened without outing any of the people who were in the situation. So, one of our parties, there will be 2 headliners playing. Headliner number 1 said, green light, it's a go. Headliner 2 said, I will not play on that slot. Well, that's a bit of a pickle, right? Because in the contracts we haven't laid out specific times, which for us, once again, a big lesson that we have to do that when we start to scale. And today it wasn't the most time consuming, but still 1 or 2 hours, which completely took away my focus from the studio. So it was not ideal. Anyways, thankfully we got it handled. All is good now, but time was wasted for nothing. So that's what I hate about event organizing the most, is these kinds of situations. Anyways, now I'm just driving home. I'm gonna order some takeout with my girlfriend Jenny.
Hei pappa!
Tere!
Tere Arma!
Tere! At 10 hours of sleep, I feel a lot better. Still a little bit tired. I didn't browse my phone. Now I'm gonna go to the studio and hopefully today will be a better day.
To continue, I would like the killing to stop. So you have to understand that not every politician is me and Andrew.
So as you saw, I was making music in the car. This is something I like to do when I'm kind of afraid of making music, is I change the environment. And usually when I change my environment, I don't get as conscious about everything that I do. And especially if your car has good speakers, it's a lot of fun making music in the car. It's not my car, it's my mother's. Yeah, my car is not here, Jenny is using it right now. Now gonna get some quick breakfast and then I'll go back to the studio and finish what I started. So, I edited the TikToks that I needed to edit. Also, I made some changes to the track. Now, and this part I dread the most, is making new content for social media. Alright, so I finished up in the studio and I think I was able to do everything on my task list, which always feels nice compared to yesterday, which today was not nearly as efficient. But you always have the good days and bad days, and I've learned from myself, if I start my day with the phone in my hand, I have a way higher chance of just screwing up my rest of the day, kind of getting hooked to this constant flow of dopamine. Then all the boring tasks feel even more boring. But if you don't do that first thing in the morning, you are accustomed to the boredom. When you start to do your work, it will actually feel fun and not like a chore. So it's a little mind trick, but it's funny how even the smallest thing can make the biggest changes. So now I'll be going to the gym to work out with my friend Veikko. He is also my personal trainer in a sense, but also a good friend. And then tomorrow I'll have to help Jenny with her renovations. So it's nice work. I like it because you get to work with your hands and you actually get to see the progress in real time compared to doing stuff on social media where it's just arbitrary numbers and you can't really measure them in a sense of this is how much I did. It's just fucking numbers on a screen, right? But yeah, let's go.
In the skies, with the speed of light, we're getting closer to the afterlife. Before you start to lose